Oh man, here Young Thug again, y'all. We gotta talk about Young Thug. This dude just don't get it, right? We back in the building, man. Back in the building. Smash that thumbs up. Ain't gonna hurt your feelings. Ain't gonna do none of that junk. It's absolutely free. That like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. I don't even know what you're waiting on. What are you waiting on, champs? Make sure you keep that notification bell because we gotta talk about Young Thug. Because Young Thug is back at it again, throwing little subliminals on his little Twitter X, whatever you want to call it. And DJ Academics actually responded to that. And DJ Academics actually told Young Thug, because Young Thug tweeted out, if you're a rat, you might as well start doing gospel music. So it seemed like he's still throwing jabs at Gunna, because obviously YSL Woody is not a rapper. We all see that. And we seen how the YSL case planned out, obviously. Woody was the main guy that took the stand, but I don't see you talking any crazy things about Woody. Even though Woody did you a favor with the immunity he took and he went on the stand and he switched the whole story up. But Woody was in a room dropping a lot of stuff. The video that we seen when he was talking to the officers one on one before he got to the immunity. And they try to say Woody was working with the feds for like 10 years, allegedly. And everything I speak on is alleged. I don't know how true it is. But my thing is, why are you still picking on Gunna when Gunna just took a plea? You signed Gunna before they had an investigation on you. Gunna came in while the investigation was happening during the RICO charge, the whole thing that was happening during the RICO charge. Gunna came in after. They was already watching y'all niggas. And plus, Gunna the best rapper over there. And plus, you garbage without Gunna, to be honest, Young Thug. I'm gonna keep it real with you. Gunna is right now is I mean everything he's dropping is he's smashing the charts. What is Young Thug trying to do? Is this is like a subliminal stunt what they pretending they beefing so when Thug dropped his album, he could sell and this. I don't know because according to the records that I checked out and I Googled and all this, young Gunna's still unsigned to the YSL Records. I don't know how true it is, but when you check it out, it says he's still under YSL Records. Unless he separated himself, he must have went on. Correct me if I'm wrong on the comment, but and he got his YSL tattoo removed also, meaning Gunna. But see, we got to talk about Young Thug though, because what is Young Thug doing over here? You still on paperwork? You still doing foolery stuff like this? Let's start this video. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. Yo, 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 yo. If they know, they know. We back in the building once again with another video. Make sure you smash that thumbs up. It ain't gonna hurt your feelings. It ain't gonna cost you. Keep that notification bell on so you know when I'm dropping my video. Make sure you share the video. Subscribe to the channel. Shout out to Team Smoke Gang. Shout out to everybody that's supporting the channel. Let's get this copyright out the way. Copyright fair use disclaimer. You can find it in my description on my channel. Everything that I speak on over here absolutely for educational and entertainment purpose. Again, copyright fair use disclaimer. You can find it in my description on my channel. Everything that I speak on over here, absolutely for educational, entertainment purpose. The clips and videos I play also owned by the original creators. So it all started with this right here. Young Thug came out. If you're a rapper and you rap, you gotta just go gospel. You gotta just go gospel twin. So I don't know if he got to be talking about Gunna. He have to be because at the end of the day, I don't see him rocking with Rollo. Now, respectfully, shout out to Rollo. Remember, they was snitch allegations on Rollo. He had to defend himself for damn near a whole year with Boosie and everybody else. Yeah, I remember that little Rollo little rat. Rollo went hard on the internet for a while. I ain't gonna lie. He was trying to defend his shit, all that. He even had ex-members that was down with him came out and said, nigga, you ratted. Nigga, I don't care what you said. Nigga, Rollo went crazy. Pulled out paperwork showing Boosie, all types of shit. But anyway. We don't know who he's talking about. The only person he could obviously be talking about is Gunna. He's calling him twin. Gunna's the hottest shit running around in hip hop right now. He's still one of the hottest artists in hip hop. Everything he's dropping is smashing the radio. The crowd's still going crazy over Gunna. Gunna's still selling out sold out arenas. And from a line, go do your research. Gunna sold out Atlanta when he did Atlanta, when he was down there in Atlanta in the arena down there, when he did a concert down there. You know Gunna sold that shit out, y'all, right? You know he sold that shit out. when he dropped that album after the YSL case and all that, and he dropped that album and all that. He sold that shit out down there in Atlanta. Gunna, you can't take talent away from that nigga. That's one thing. Number two, I don't know if you need Gunna. You might as well go over there and be like, man, that's my man. What he did ain't harm me. Your own father even said that shit. I just don't get this shit. I really don't. I really don't. I really don't know. I really don't know what this dude trying to do. I really don't. But then you got DJ Academics over here responding saying somebody got to tell Young Thug that he's the last rapper on earth who cares who's snitching. Low key, half these niggas telling and the ones telling make the best music. Fans don't give a F. And then you see Young Thug reply back saying that's actually crazy, but true, except the making the best music part. Now, do y'all agree? I wanna hear what y'all have to say on this part right here. Do y'all think that fans in this era that we live on for the last, I think, 10, 15, well, like last couple of years, man, about a decade right now. Fans really don't care about the snitching allegation because people got to understand this not the early hip hop days when it was hardcore hip hop, gangster hip hop, don't snitch, drink 40s, smoke blunts and all that. This is for the young. This is for the young people. This is hardcore gangster hip hop back then. I know y'all got y'all drill music. But see, the difference is back in our days, that snitch shit really held weight back then. And it really held weight in hip hop back in the 90s. If a 90 hip hop dude snitched the way these rappers snitching nowadays, like a 6ix9ine, and let's put 6ix9ine perfect example. If these dudes snitch like all these other rappers that they got on paperwork that snitch, but their career's still going on, what make you think they care, right? They don't. They obviously they don't care. They only care about the music. Number two, a lot of their fans don't come from the streets. They don't come from the ghetto. They don't come from the projects. They don't come from the corners. The people that's buying your records, they don't come from that. Now, in the early days of hip hop, was a little different, totally different. You had to walk in, buy the records. It was all gangster music. You had a little bit of bubblegum music, bubblegum hip hop. You had your Tribe Called Quest. You had this. You had different sections of hip hop with which one you could actually choose. Gangster, this, that, and third, whatever. But a lot of gangster music was out back then. I mean, majority was gangster music, and snitching was a no-no back then. Fans heard you was a snitch back then. I guarantee you they wasn't trying to listen to your music back in the 90s, late 80s and going into the 90s. They was not listening to your music if you was a snitch. A little bit going into 2000 also. But things kind of changed after the years went by. Things changed a little bit. Fans started not caring. More cultures, more different people of different cultures and different language and different countries and all that. They don't care about that goddamn snitching shit. They don't care about that because you know why? Because hip hop blew up to a billion. I mean, hip hop makes so much money now, it's ridiculous. Back in the early days, it was just upcoming. It was just making the millions in them late 80s, the NWAs and going in the 90s and all that. Hip hop was just getting in the building. They was just getting revenue. Revenue was coming in like crazy in the 90s in hip hop. But snitching was not allowed back then. And if you was a hip hop dude, if anybody grew, I know people that watch my channels from that era, they know they're gonna be like, nah, Smoke, you right. Let we had heard goddamn Biggie Smalls was a snitch and niggas would have dropped paperwork on Biggie. Niggas want to listen to no goddamn Biggie. Let niggas would have dropped paperwork on Prodigy or somebody else like Nas. Nigga want to listen to no Nas. And you had to go buy the records in the record store. There wasn't no just streaming bots. You can make bots, all this little tricky shit they doing now in the streaming world to sell records. No, back then there was cassettes, and you had to go buy that shit or CDs. You had to walk in the store and spend your hard earning money to go buy that CD or that cassette back in hip hop early days. And I guarantee you, if I'm lying, I'm flying. If them favorite rappers back then were some snitchers, they wouldn't even have made it in hip hop in them early days of hip hop. The Jay-Z's and all that. They wouldn't even have made it because snitching was a zero tolerance back then in that era in hip hop. Now it's a little different. I can't tell you what the hell is going on really, But it is a little different. Then you got the fans over here responding, saying that you weren't about Gunna so much. You need to make music about the people that you actually passed away. You know what I mean? The Quan, the everybody they basically got named right there. Quan passing, Keith, whatever, a couple other people. The letters kind of small there. Y'all can see it better than me. But instead of worrying about Gunna, he worrying about snitching all this. You could be making music about the people that passed away that was actually close to you. That's the thing I don't understand. Why are you worrying about Gunna? Why you want to ruin Gunna career so much? That's why when this fan right there, shout out to who that nigga is, KJ, whatever the hell, MJ, KJ, whatever down there, because the letters are real small. I can't really see them too big. Pause. But he did had a point on that comment right there. Once you make music about the people that passed away that was close to you, Rich Homie Quan and shit like that. Shit, nasty work, man. I'm telling you, I don't know what's up with Young Thug. Young Thug need to cut her the F out, though. I'll tell you that. Let's get to the clips, man. Because I want to ask y'all a question through these clips that we play. We all know now, there's an interview with Yak Gotti. Now, remember, he was part of the YSL case. He actually beat that shit. Shout out to Yak. Yak even said it. He was like, listen, man, they tricked Gunna out the game. They tricked him saying that YSL was a game. But Gunna didn't harm nobody case. That's the point that I just don't understand there. I understand the snitch and all that, and yeah, we understand all that. But if you snitch on me and you send me to go do 10 years, champ, oh yeah, you snitched on me, nigga. You took the stand, you did all this, that. Gunna didn't do that shit. And I've been saying this shit since the YSL case. He took his plea, they offered him. Now, if Gunna would have got locked up, who the hell would have been bringing revenue to YSL Records? Yeah, give me that answer right there. Because when Gunna was home dropping his album, making that money while Young Thug was on trial, he was bringing revenue to the lawyers. That part. See, they don't want to tell y'all that though. They don't want to tell you Young Thug was collecting them checks from Gunna when he dropped his album. And he was dropping shit when he was home. Anything that was under YSL, them half of them checks was going to whatever part of percentage that Thug had. That shit was going straight to him. See, they don't want to tell y'all that though. Cause remember, Gunna had a run when he came home. Album of the year. I mean, he smashed the records when he came home, when he did a little couple months, whatever, off that YSL case. He smashed it. He smashed hip hop. And still doing as we speak. Every time he drops something, that shit is smashing the radio. People feeling that shit. So they don't want to tell you that Gunna was actually bringing revenue while his goddamn YSL case was going on. But see, I don't. It just I put it together, and I'm gonna explain this why Young Thug is acting like this. But let's go through these clips, man, because I want to hear your opinion also.
Reaction to Gunna covering up his YSL tattoo. I mean, he said it must end LOL. The thing is, Thug, why do you even have a reaction? Said he wasn't YSL. You've been trying to get under his skin. You keep trying to be a big bully. You just came home. You still on paperwork. And you still with the bullshit. God forbid somebody want to change their life. God forbid somebody got behind them bars and realized that shit wasn't for them and now they want to do better. He even looks better. Look at him then and look at him now. He looks so healthy. Some niggas go to jail and they learn. And some niggas go to jail and they don't learn. Thug is mad and he's hurt and he doesn't know where to place his anger. And instead of picking up the pieces and moving on, you want to hold on to bullshit. You want to hold on to old shit. And you want to make Gunna seem so bad. Like, you want everybody to hate Gunna because you hate Gunna. Nobody hate Gunna but you, Thug. So either squash the beef or leave Gunna the fuck alone. Simple. Young Thug.
That's a fact. Gunna removed his YSL tattoo because he's like, yo, nigga, you still attacking me for no. Your father know I ain't snitch on you, nigga. Why is you still attacking me? I know why though. Because he wanna impress little baby and little Dirk and all these other niggas. Alright, alright, alright. I'm gonna tell you one thing though, nigga, Young Thug. Niggas wasn't rocking when you was wearing all that dress and you was wearing them dresses and all that. You might have had your little fan base, but your fan base kind of boosted up when you signed Gunna, nigga, and y'all started making that good music together. Gunna is a better. He's a talent. He's more talented than you, man. I'm just sorry to say. Gunna is way more talented than Young Thug. Some people might disagree, some people might agree. But y'all people know when that Gunna music pop off, when that shit hit that radio and all that, them females, they bopping them shoulders. Oh yeah, niggas is still riding around here in that Gunna. Don't let niggas fool you. Or they playing that shit in their house. Y'all some fake ass Young Thug fan because Gunna music is better than on Young Thug music. If y'all gonna say, nah, man, Thug music is better. All right, that was in the beginning of the time when he first was coming in the game. When he started putting on that food, that little dresses and all that shit, looking crazy. Nah, nobody wasn't rocking with Young Thug like that. He had his own little cult, little fan base and all that. But when Gunna came in the picture and we started hearing Gunna music with Young Thug, it sounded a little different. It sounded totally different. They was making good music. And I listen, I stand that. Gunna, they make some good music together. But no, you want to impress Little Baby and all this. Yeah, Little Baby calling him a rat. So I'm going with Little Baby over here. Cut the shenanigans out, man. Your father still rock with that man. Your blood, nigga, the one that brought you to this goddamn earth, nigga. You came out of his nut sacks, nigga. Meaning your father, Young Thug. So if your father going to concerts, taking pictures with Gunna, doing interviews, yeah, man, I love Gunna. Gunna's like my son, man. How many times I played that clip of my Young Thug videos and Gunna videos? Plenty of times. Let's cut the shenanigans out, man. Young Thug, I don't know who you trying to impress, nigga, but it's all about the money. That boy didn't harm your case. That boy didn't take you to jail. He ain't do none of that shit. Only thing he did was take his plea for his deal that he got caught up with. He wasn't part of y'all YSL Rico case. He just said YSL was a gang so he could take that plea deal and get the hell up out of there and make some money for your ass, nigga, because he under your label. YSL Records slash 300, whatever. Come on, man. And 300 don't even exist no more. So he's still under YSL, but I guess he's under another label also, meaning Gunna. He didn't harm you, nigga. Why you ain't going that YSL Woody like that, though? Because YSL Woody helped you, but he did take that stand and snitch like a mother. Let's continue. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, share this video.
Feel the same when they sit there and they label him snitch. He's the one that.
Now, this is Yak Gotti. Yak Gotti. This the one that beat, he was one of them that beat he beat the YSL trial case. Remember, he beat the case. He walked out free, no probation, nothing. And hear what he got to say about Gunna and his situation. Now, according to Atlanta, they say Yak is a real nigga down there. This a real nigga speaking right here. Look what he had to say about Gunna's situation.
Feel the same when they sit there and they label him snitch. He's the one that said, YSL's a gang. Like, in all honesty, how do you feel?
I don't understand. I just think Gunna was manipulated into a situation. And you gotta understand, like, he ain't been through certain shit. So, it's just like, they isolated everybody, take him over there, take him over, and he's coned off. And he made a decision. And now he gotta live with that decision. But I feel like he living with the decision he made. It's like, people make mistakes, bro. Like, it's life. Like, we human.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We can't let the internet categorize us to like we're not human, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I don't feel like he did shit that deliberately he knew would hurt anybody.
Do you
Need that nigga say more? Now, this is a nigga that actually beat the trial, walked out free, no probation and nothing. Shout out to Yak for coming home, man. God forbid, gave you another chance to walk around here because they was trying to smoke y'all niggas. He even said it, man. That nigga ain't do shit to harm us. The only thing he said was YSL gang. Nigga, the feds already knew y'all was a goddamn gang. What we talking about here? That shit was on documents. Y'all niggas throwing up YSL, slime gang. Yeah, the feds already knew this shit. Now, if the feds ain't know this shit and this shit was incognito and it was low key and nobody didn't know about it and it was very low key, they just heard of it, it was a myth, it'd be a little bit different. But it's not a myth, nigga. They already knew that shit. That shit had that shit documents. They had informants that's already was down with YSL at the moment. They had informants before Gunna was even signed to YSL. Let that marry into y'all brain. See, I had to do a video about this because I said Young Thug is bugging out. You trying to trick the fans or y'all tricking us on some fake beef and y'all gonna sell y'all records. But see, you already had informants in the case they was watching y'all for all them years. They were saying YSL Woody was one of the informants, allegedly. When you see him in the room and he talking to the boys and all that. That infamous YSL on video when he talking to the police. But according to the feds and And Fannie Willis, the prosecutor in all this, they said there was more informants over there in YSL, streets informants that was down with the YSL crew in the streets before Gunna even came in the goddamn picture. That was giving the police information that stacked up later on when they piled up that YSL RICO case on them that they messed up down there in Atlanta and wasted everybody goddamn time, basically. That's what's going on here. So Gunna didn't really do shit. He didn't harm nobody. But see, my thing is, why is you keep attacking Gunna for? Because you don't want to put yourself around him because he took a plea, because you want to jump on little baby back and all this shit. You want to ride little baby, right? That's what's going on here, Young Thug. Let's cut the shenanigans out, man, for
His
real.
Gunna lawyer said he's sick of this. He said he ain't about to keep putting up with this. That boy said, hey, look, my dog sat down for 8 months. He sat down for 8 months, got sentenced to 5 years suspended. No probation, no restrictions. My dog been able to travel the world, do whatever he want. You got a plea deal. They gave you 15 years probation and they got all these restrictions on you. You might be a little jealous. That man said, ain't no problem. I'll accept the blame for a great deal. That boy said my dog did not cooperate. Nothing in his plea deal could harm your case. That was all you, big dog. And here's the thing that I don't understand and why I'm not a street dude, because you was under investigation before Gunna was signed to you. And then people out here with all this, oh, Gunna's a rat, Gunna's a snitch and all this and all that, but they love Woody. Woody, they said Woody been with the feds for like 10 years. That's crazy. And it also don't make sense, because if you think he a rat, and if you don't mess with rats, just release him from his deal. Let him go sign somewhere else. That make too much sense, huh? Or y'all still want Thug to get some money out of him? Boy, I guess Gunna.
That's exactly what's going on here. Thug just want to keep it. I don't know what Thug doing, man. What Thug should have did was keep it real. That man didn't harm my case. That's my man right there. He took a plea deal. Nigga didn't take the stand. The nigga wasn't even part of the YSL crew, nigga. Gunna got his own goddamn crew. Gunna not even from Cleveland Avenue. So let me put that in people's heads right quick. Most of them people that was over there on YSL camp was part of Cleveland Avenue, was a little part of little certain sections over there. Gunna from a whole different goddamn section and rep a whole different banner. Nigga not even blood. The nigga's Crip, man. He got his own crew. So Thug, man, listen, man, your best music is with Gunna, bro. You need to cut this shit out. Cause everything Gunna dropping, nigga, is selling. And if he's still under YSL records, you get a percentage out of that, obviously. But why are you still attacking us, brother? Why are you not attacking YSL Woody? Why you not attacking him like the way why you don't throw shots at YSL Woody on Twitter?
His Gunna lawyer said he's sick of this.
This plan, I'm telling you, this is a fact. He always thought Thug would be free. But he thought that once Thug got his freedom and didn't get all those years, granted, I think he got let out maybe a year and a half before Thug. He thought Thug would forgive him. Thug would be like, all right, bro, yeah, you right. Like, what they caught you up on wasn't really shit. It's all good. You're my mans. You're still gang. Thug is not letting it go. So Gunna at that point realizes not only is Thug free, there's no place for me on YSL anymore. And there's no love and there's no more returning to that friendship. Gunna always wanted to get back together. Thug never wanted to. And now Gunna has accepted that. What happened is that Gunna had a YSL tattoo. He's now covered it up. You see some flames. This is the new fit Gunna. He's covered up YSL, the snake, and also the word YSL. Thug hopped up in a comment section after another page, Our Generation Music, posted the YSL thing here, it being covered up here. You heard what Thug said, and you know this is Thug's page. He says, I mean, he did say it must end. LOL. Chat, for all y'all fans who are just wishfully thinking these guys are going to come back together, I get it. I might think me and the Vlads and the Charleston Whites, oh, y'all like people who cooperated. That's not what it is. We're just not street dudes. We don't care. Y'all don't really care either. Because if y'all really cared, it's very obvious that Thug feels so deeply offended by what Gunna did, he thinks Gunna's a snitch. Y'all still listen. Y'all gonna still listen to Gunna. Y'all still gonna listen to Thug. Your Fruit Jams in the chat. What up?
Exactly. People still gonna listen to these niggas no matter what. Snitching and hip hop don't really matter, yo. It depends. I feel like it depends what level in hip hop you at. Remember when 6ix9ine was at a once upon a time, he was at a level, he was very high and up in hip hop. I mean, he took off so quick, it was crazy. He snitched, came home. Remember, he sat down, snitched, did a couple of little time with all that, came home, dropped another record, and still made some money, meaning 6ix9ine. Which we see him took the stand, did all types of shit. Got niggas locked up, got niggas 20 years. Shout out to Harv and all them niggas, not me over there in 9 Trade. Shout out to all them niggas over there that was running with 6ix9ine that's doing time, man. Shout out to Shotty, you know what I mean? You know, Shotty was like the bodyguard manager of 6ix9ine. That nigga doing time because like that's what I'm trying to explain here. Gunna ain't do none of that shit. Gunna ain't do none of that shit. So what's the point of this nigga even attacking Gunna still? You know why? Because you want to jump on Lil Baby and them back, even though Lil Gunna is a better artist. Now, some people gonna debate. I'm not saying Lil Baby and Gunna. I'm not debating on them two. But I gotta admit, everything Gunna's dropping so far since he been home, smashing. Smashing. That last joint that Young Thug did with Future. Go look at the views on that and look at the last joint Gunna did. And look at the months and look at the views. Y'all go back, y'all come back and put it in my comment. Everything Gunna touch on you, everything he touched for the streams, everything. That shit is good music. People can't deny this shit. So I don't know what's up with Champ. I don't know where you going with this shit. I wasn't rocking with you when you was wearing them goddamn dresses. Your music wasn't even all that when you was by yourself. When you clicked up with Gunna, your shit got up. That's when the shit got spicy and it leveled up a little bit more. Music started sounding a little better. You got your Gunna, you got your Young Thug fan. You might gonna disagree with me. I wasn't really too much of a Young Thug fan until Gunna came in the picture, to be honest. Cause that music was good. Them two niggas made some good music together, man. Just like he made good music with Rich Homie Quan. Let's continue with this last clips.
Who did he tell on?
Listen, me and his lawyer, like, were on the phone, like, all the time. And he was explaining to me, like, okay, he's not going to take the stand because there's self-incrimination. And if they try to put him on the stand, there is a fear of a federal superseding indictment. So therefore, he can't say anything because that would, incriminate himself over a superseding case. So therefore, it's set up where he's not going to take the stand. And he was right. He never took the stand. This is the guy who's representing Trump now. So, these are all the big dog lawyers.
Yeah, these are players. These are players.
Yeah,
these are
exactly.
Players. Yeah.
Steven Sadow. Him, Brian Steele, Drew Findling. These are some of the big dogs down there that are, get all the biggest cases and charged, insane amounts of money. Look, but I mean, regardless, seems like Gunna's career is great.
For
It's
sure.
not that he's bigger than ever.
#1 album.
Without Thug.
And that's when he did his bid. Remember when Gunna dropped that album? #1 album for a very long time when he dropped that album. Listen, I'm going to remind y'all. Remember when Dirk dropped his album? Gunna album dropped also. Oh, y'all think I'm lying? Go do y'all research, come back and comment on it, and come back on the comment and put y'all smoking and tell me what y'all see. Gunna dropped this album. Dirk dropped this album like a month later. I think the same time as Gunna, if I'm mistaken, or a month later. And y'all go see them numbers. Nigga had #1 album for a couple months. What we talk about? That nigga damn they saved Dirk album wasn't even compared to that nigga album. That's the album when he got J. Cole All My Life and all that shit. Meaning Dirk. Gunna album, you was able to play from one all the way. Man, that nigga had tracks on that album. It was crazy. Can't take that away from that man.
He's doing better without Thug than he was with Thug. How about that? Am I right? So a Thug cosign doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah. He don't need it. He's already Gunna. He created. You got to think Drake features all type of shit. Like he's who he is. They just tried to tear him down to make him but that a lot of people in the streets don't understand snitching. Then it's real street niggas like me that's gonna be like, man, that nigga ain't tell on no fucking body. So I'm not finna not listen to the nigga music or jump on a bandwagon and be like, oh, Gunna a snitch. People dick ride on the internet. People calling him a snitch and don't even know what happened, what went on, or what, like, anything. They don't even understand. So it's like, yeah, it was a fucked up situation. But he doing great, man. Shout out to Gunna because he doing great. That shit, I would have crashed out. I would have had niggas would have had to see me over that. Like,
Yeah, but it seems like people kind of took sides. So it's like, I don't see Drake doing a song with Gunna because he seems like he's close to Young Thug.
but how?
But see, Gunna don't need Drake. He just dropped the album what last year, whatever, like whatever year that he don't need Drake. They got #1 album. Gunna doing fine by himself. When you got an artist that could do fine by himself and could sell records by itself, now go to Gunna album and look at the features. Remember, he was a rat and all this. Nobody want to work with him. Smash hip hop with his album, smashed the records, had the girls dancing in the clubs, had everybody dancing. Niggas, man, niggas wanted to act like there wasn't niggas was in the club dancing in that Gunna shit. Cause real street niggas know that nigga ain't do nothing wrong, but just take a goddamn plea deal. That's all he had. He ain't say nothing about no Young Thug is the leader of YSL. He ain't say Young Thug out here committing murders. He ain't say Young Thug was putting out hits on putting murder for hires. He ain't say none of that shit. And then not to put the icing on the cake before I get out of here. You got the nigga father. He came out his nut sacks. Pause. Meaning Young Thug, his father, doing all them interviews saying that Young Gunna, he loved Gunna like a son. And he said Gunna ain't do nothing wrong to my son in that trap. He said, I don't know. My son is his own man, but Gunna didn't do nothing wrong. Even Young Thug's sister said that. Y'all forgot about that when Young Thug's sister was on the internet a little bit? Go do y'all research on that. Young Thug's sister speak on Gunna. You'll see it, Clip. It's somewhere around there. She said, nah, Gunna ain't harm my brother case. This before Young Thug came home. So that's what I said. I don't know where this dude going with this shit. But I'm gonna tell you one thing. Your music was better when you was with Gunna, champ. And all your fans know that shit. That's why everybody wanna see, all your fans wanna see y'all back together. Cause they confused. They like, yo, Gunna didn't send you to jail. Nigga ain't do nothing to you. The nigga Woody saved your life up there lying. But if you backtrack before he took the immunity, the nigga was a whole snitch in the damn room talking to the police. And that video's all on the internet. Why you not attacking Woody though? I'm out of here. I'm just confused, man. Y'all let me know what's going on here. Commenting below. I'm very confused about this situation because I don't see what the hell Gunna did, to be honest. I really don't. I don't see. He took a plea deal for his shit. Only thing he said was YSL was a gang, which the feds already knew. Niggas throwing up gang sign. They got these niggas screaming out YSL gang all in video. All that shit was proven. God forbid Young Thug came home because of Woody switched the whole story up on the stand. Woody did him a favor, to be honest, because Woody was their #1 witness that supposed to say everything he told the police on that first video that surfaced all on the internet, when him in the room talking to the police, talking to the detectives, whatever, and dropping the same mad shit. But then when he got immunity, he switched the whole story up and kind of confused and he just messed the whole case up. Meaning Woody. Gunna ain't do none of that shit. I'm confused. I'm out of here. It's your boy Smoke News TV, man. Tell that nigga go back wear a dress. I don't know what he gonna do. Whatever, man. But Gunna's still making hot music. Gunna, do what you do, champ. Nah, I mean, but I'm out of here to the next video, man. It's your boy Smoke News TV. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. If they know, they know. I'm out of here, man. Salute, gang. Mm-mm-mm.